CBT News is expanding its reach like never before and is launching in over 70 million broadcasting households. Whether you have Roku, Apple TV, or a mobile device running on Android or iOS, you can now enjoy our engaging, in-depth interviews with dealers, automakers, trade associations, best-selling authors, motivational speakers, and so much more, whenever and wherever you are. Simply search CBT News in the App Store of your smart TV. Welcome to CBT News with Shyann Malone.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Shyann Malone. Thanks so much for watching. On today's show, we are joined by Joe Serra, chairman of Serra Automotive, and Matt Serra, president of Serra Automotive. But first, here's a look at today's top automotive industry stories.
Wholesale used vehicle prices remained steady throughout January, after a small drop in December, potentially signaling the return of stability to the pre-owned market. According to Cox Automotive, used car values started to fall in the first 2 weeks of the year, but recovered in the latter half of the month, leaving the average price at auction unchanged from the end of 2023. This marks the second time since 2022 that January's pre-owned vehicle values remained frozen. In years past, wholesale prices have typically shed 0.2% at the start of the year. Monthly electric vehicle sales broke the all-time record in December of 2023, rising 23% year over year as automakers postponed plans to expand battery-powered car production. Sales database platform EV Volumes recorded more than 1.5 million new plug-in car registrations across the world in the last 4 weeks of the year. The number represents a 12% increase from the previous record of roughly 1.4 million. Set just 1 month earlier. December also saw shifts in consumer preferences. Sales of fully electrified vehicles were more than double hybrid sales heading into 2023. However, hybrid sales rose at a rate of 31% compared to only 20% for pure EVs. Nearly 13.7 million plug-in vehicles were sold last year, accounting for 16% of the auto market. Jaguar Land Rover has postponed the launch of 2 electric vehicles to prioritize hybrid sales, dialing back its initial plan to introduce 6 new EVs by 2026. The automaker now plans to launch 4 battery-powered models over the next 2 years, including an electric Range Rover Sport and a pair of smaller EVs. The decision to delay the vehicle comes after the brand revealed more than 16,000 buyers had joined the waitlist to purchase the first electric Range Rover, now slated to arrive this year. Replacing the battery on a Tesla model can cost drivers up to $22,000, according to the electric vehicle data platform Recurrent. Although EV batteries rarely need to be replaced, consumers who find themselves with a dead Tesla are likely to pay more than other car owners. Including labor, replacement costs range from between $20,000 to $22,000 for the Model S and up to $15,800 for the Model 3 and the Model Y. In comparison, cheaper alternatives such as the Hyundai Ioniq or Nissan Leaf range between $2,800 and $9,500. One of the most expensive EVs to service is the Volkswagen e-Golf, which has an average battery replacement cost of $23,442.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we have Joe and Matt Serra. They're here to discuss their upcoming acquisition of Bill Marsh Auto Group in Michigan. We'll be right back with that.
CBT News is expanding its reach like never before and is launching in over 70 million broadcasting households. Whether you have Roku, Apple TV, or a mobile device running on Android or iOS, you can now enjoy our engaging, in-depth interviews with dealers, automakers, trade associations, best-selling authors, motivational speakers, and so much more, whenever and wherever you are. Simply search CBT News in the App Store of your smart TV.
Talk to us about this new acquisition of these stores. What was the motivation behind it, and what's the play on this? Is to just add more stores to the group?
Yeah, so this one, the one you referenced earlier, the Bill Marsh organization, that's an organization that obviously Matt and I have the utmost respect and admiration for. And I say that, I mean, they are world-class individuals. They're a world-class organization. Their associates are, I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
And I knew their father, Bill Marsh Sr., from my Saturn days, and he was a mentor of mine and somebody that I just had great respect and admiration for. And then his three sons, Bill Jr., Jamie, and Mike, entered the business, and they're outstanding. Each of them are outstanding, and they all play a key role in their organization. And it's difficult for family members, quite frankly, to work together.
Sure.
I seldom see it work. This one worked like a dream come true. Everyone knew their role, knew their responsibilities. Their communication amongst them is incredible. So fortunately, they were looking to exit the business, and we're just thrilled that they reached out to us. And sometimes when we hear of opportunities, we have to think about it and figure. This one, we knew we were going to try to figure out how to make it work.
Sure.
We needed to figure it out, and it was a challenge, but we were able to accomplish that. And, we're excited about that opportunity.
Well, and that speaks volumes for the organization that you've built and that you run with regard to culture, because obviously the Marsh Group saw that in the Sarah Group and said, these guys most align with what our employees are looking for in our future. So Matt, talk to us about that a little bit and the importance of building a company like that.
Yeah, I think we're really excited to add them into the family. We've already got a footprint in Traverse City. We've got two great operating partners up there already. They're going to be responsible for the Traverse City stores of Marsh. And what's going to be cool, and we've already talked to them about it, and they fully agree, we're going to learn a ton from Marsh, quite frankly. They run a fantastic operation. We're going to learn a ton from them. And I think where the value we're going to be able to provide is, because of our decentralized operating model, where we've got 20 different operating partners within the same vision and values, running things 20 different ways, they're going to get exposed to a lot of different ways of doing things. And as great as they've done so far, getting exposed to 19 other really talented operators on ways of solving problems and improving the organization, they're going to take the next step too. So I think we're going to learn a ton from them, and hopefully what we're bringing to the table can help them improve as well. But we're super excited about the values fit, and I think it's going to be fantastic.
And be sure to watch this full interview right here at cbtnews.com. Well, that wraps up our show for today, but we do invite you right back here tomorrow morning on cbtnews.com. And remember, you can always stay up to date with the most recent news and trends influencing the retail automotive industry by following us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm Shyann Malone. You have a good one.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content. CBT News is expanding its reach like never before and is launching in over 70 million broadcasting households. Whether you have Roku, Apple TV, or a mobile device running on Android or iOS, you can now enjoy our engaging, in-depth interviews with dealers, automakers, trade associations, best-selling authors, motivational speakers, and so much more, whenever and wherever you are. Simply search CBT News in the App Store of your smart TV